For Wall Street Media, this is Nikki. I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you can't find anywhere else.
Hey, good morning, Nikki.
Good morning.
Is your mother stopping by again today?
You know what?
It's going to be a daily thing now.
We'll see what we can arrange.
I love her. Nikki's mom's about the greatest in the world. Orders of management changes, and then I'm going to tell you why earnings reports and analysts are utterly without value. But we're going to cut to Nikki first.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
First, we have Phasar Corporation, ANTP, announced that on July 11, 2008, James Miles resigned as president and CEO of Phasar in order to devote more time to other unrelated business and personal investment interests. We have AMD announced that its board of directors elected president and COO Dirk Meyer as the company's CEO. Meyer succeeds Hector Ruiz, who will become executive chairman of AMD and chair of the board of directors.
Yeah, Jerry and Mike were talking about this, and I were talking about this quite a bit yesterday.
Yeah.
I bought some more this morning, German. I bought like 800 more shares. They make good chips. They just haven't executed very well for a long time. And, you know, they're down at their $2.84 billion. Would they lose $800 million? Although our good friends at the street had them losing $880 billion. Note to Kramer, BM means different things. Billion, million. Anyhow, I got 1,000 shares of them, and I think they're going to come around. You know, they make good chips, and they're bargain basement price now. They're down near their low.
Some big things happening.
Yeah. He needed to go. He didn't execute 12 years, or 6 years, so it felt like 12. As a shareholder. It was just too much. They was always coming out with the next chip, and then it didn't work, or it wasn't on time, or it had something wrong. And they had a real chance, you know, to make big inroads, and didn't capitalize. Every single time, that seemed like they stumbled somewhere. Great chips, great engineers, right? Their chips can do all kinds of great things, but, you know, they needed somebody to do a good job with the business.
Of course.
I was kind of hoping that they'd bring somebody in from the outside, though.
I was hoping that, too. Rather
than more of the same, you know. The German and I were shooting the breeze about this in our boardroom, the beanbags, yesterday. And, you know, I thought, if this guy was already president and COO, you know, you're very likely to get more of the same kind of thing rather than somebody that comes in new and fresh and, you know, doesn't worry about everybody's little kingdoms and just says, hey, this is how we're going to do things, you know. And so it's not super ideal, and they're down 12% this morning.
Next.
Okay.
Next, we have Board of Directors of Erie Indemnity Company, ERIE Managing Company for the Erie Insurance Group, announced the selection of Terrence Kavanaugh as President and CEO effective Tuesday, July 29, 2008, at which time he will also be elected to the company's Board of Directors. We have Triad Guarantee, TGIC, announced that its President and CEO, Mark Tonneson, will retire from the company on August 15, 2008. William Ratliff, chairman of Triad's board of directors, will assume these positions on an interim basis in addition to his current role effective July 18, 2008. GE, General Electric, announced the appointment of John Dinian as president and CEO of GE Healthcare, a $17 billion global leader in medical diagnostic technology and biosciences. Lorenzo Simonelli will replace Dinian as president and CEO of GE Transportation. Dinian succeeds Joseph Hogan, who has taken a position outside the company as CEO of ABB.
Thank you, Nick.
Big stuff.
A lot of stuff, a lot of changes, turmoil out there.
It's a big week.
More turmoil. Okay, here I'm going to tell you why analysts are worth nothing, which we already knew. And I saw this. Ricky from Covester took me to the Science Technology Conference over at the Waldorf. Saw Kramer there, and Kramer said, here's your analyst reports. Put them in a drawer, throw them out, don't bother looking anymore. And this is why. They write the same things, they get the same information, and they all write the same things, and so they're at 42 cents this quarter, or 35 cents this quarter. And then you wake up and you find out they had a scandal, or a company that they're covering had a problem, a product failed, they had a scandal, there's going to be a huge shortfall. And yesterday, 73 of the analysts, all in a row, all using the same worthless formulas, all had buys on the stock, right? And it closed yesterday at $48, opened this morning at $32, right? You lost $16, they have a buy on it. Now, after you're going begging and you've lost all of the money, then they come out and tell you, oh, we've decided to put a sell on it.
Yeah.
and
I see.
Utterly without value. Now, this is where it hurts you. It's not just me ranting to hear myself. This is where it hurts you. Microsoft, super great company, super fabulous, doing great things. Xbox Live is the least
amazing.
It's the most super and amazing and the least appreciated thing on earth. And they signed a deal with Netflix, right? It's just going to be this whole community. Like I log on there, and there's 100,000 people in this one area. There's 50,000 in this area, right? And 24 hours a day, and it's amazing. And they're doing all the right things. It was profitable way ahead of time. They come out with earnings, and their earnings, their net profit was up 35%. Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to talk slowly for you, okay, and so that you can understand me. Their net profit was up 35%. Here in America, here in reality world, that's a good thing. Now, they didn't, however, meet some of the analysts who, like Kramer says, know nothing. And like you've seen 1,000 times, where you wake up, the stock's down $40, right? And they say, oh, I have a sell on them. I don't like them. They didn't do a very good job after I've lost $4,000. Thanks very much. But because their numbers didn't meet what the analysts, who know nothing, said, their stock is down a whole lot. Then the same thing happened with Google. Google is a fabulous company doing amazing things, making unbelievable amounts. They made like $1.1 billion in profit last quarter, right? Yeah. That's a lot, Nikki.
Crazy.
You know?
Crazy a lot.
But here's the problem. Okay, back to the American part, right? Google's net profit was up 42% over last year's quarter. 42% more profit they made. Is that good or is that bad?
That is unbelievable.
It's fantastic,
yes.
Right? We go 42%. Do you know how much money you're going to make here? I mean, oodles. It'll be uncountable. It'll be uncountable. All right? You'll be in German Mike's league.
Surprise me.
It's a lot. And Google is down $40 a share. Do you know why? Because analysts know nothing. Right? Listen to Kramer. Take all the reports, throw them in a drawer, or the trash. Kramer said put them in a drawer. I'm going to say the trash. Or no, recycle, Nick. But anyhow.
Go green.
That's right. We're very green here. Anyhow, because the profits are up 42% over last year. That's a huge amount of growth, right?
42%.
But they didn't meet one of the analyst numbers, right? So they're down $40 a share, right? Now,
but they're up.
The analysts don't know anything. And the way they don't know anything, and the way that you can tell they don't know anything, is that they have strong buys on all of these stocks, and then when something happens horrendous, right?
Yeah.
You wake up, you lost $5,000, and then afterwards, later that morning, they set down their tea. I think analysts are tea drinkers. I don't think they're coffee drinkers, right? They're not like real men or anything. No, they're not. They're like British, like half men. You catch that one, Perry? Anyhow, he said I was flirting with him today. We were talking this morning. Anyhow, so don't listen to them. Microsoft up 35% profit, fabulous. Google up 42%, fabulous. We're coming near the end of time. I got to tell you real quick. Now, they did meet an analyst number for Citibank. Citibank is a crap company. They're garbage, right? And they're idiots and they're morons and they've lost all their money. And they had $11 billion write-down and they lost $2.5 billion this quarter, okay? But they met an analyst number and they're up this morning. So the moral of the story is, boys and girls, they don't know what they're talking about and they're playing these like invisible man, like emperor's robe type games, and it's hurting you because if you're listening to them, it would steer you towards Citibank, which is up today, which lost $11 billion, which wrote down $11 billion, lost $2.5 billion, and you would be out of or lose money in Microsoft and Google, that are just printing money, and the profits were up 35 and 42%. Do your own research.
I agree.
Have a good weekend.
You too. We're here every day at Wall Street Media. You can find us directly at WSMCO.com.